Obie Trice. That's right.
Yes.
Rap. What's up, Obie Trice? How's it going, man?
I'm gonna pay the whole everybody. You know.
We got him talking in the background. I think to his tour manager right now. Yo.
Hello.
There we go.
Hello.
Yo, what up?
Not too much. How are you doing?
I'm good, man. Out here in Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona. Is it hot down there?
No, it's cold.
It's cold.
That's cool. Well, hopefully it won't be too cold when you come up to Canada here. You're going to be up here in the new year very, very soon. We're all looking forward to catching you out here on the Hangover tour. Yeah, it's going to be dope, man. Looking forward to catching you up in Canada. I know you've been still working and touring and grinding a lot in your career, and you've got this new album that's out, The Hangover. We've had a chance to listen to it. We got to say, props on the production of it, the lyrics, the whole thing. It's a solid project, and we're excited to see you perform it out here.
Appreciate it, man. I'm looking forward to coming out there and doing my thing, man. I've been out here on the road since November 9th. I don't go home to Christmas, then I got 10 days off, and I come back out to Canada January 6th. So, we working.
Working. That's what's up, man. But it's definitely on the road is where you're at right now. You know what I mean? Getting busy on the stage and doing your thing. What's that like? Still being able to touch the fans and rock shows, rock your old tracks that you've got, obviously from Cheers and stuff like that, where people are hardcore fans of, and now introducing some of your new music on stage. What's that been like? Seeing the crowd reaction and feeling the vibes as you've been rocking these stages.
Well, it's good, man. Of course they know the old music and things like that, but like from Bottoms Up to The Hangover, people, I went independent, so a lot of people don't know those songs, but when they hear them, they be like, okay, I got to get that, so it's one of those things where, I'm just trying to like let them know that, I'm still here, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm an OG in the game. I've been in the game for like 12 years. You know what I'm saying? So everything's independent now, you know what I mean? So it's a different animal, you know what I'm saying? You don't get the exact type of pub that you would get on an Interscope or on a major. So, you got the people out here that still, they still remember that old music, and they still want to be a part of it. So that's what I want to bring them to the new and let them enjoy themselves with the old as well. So I'm looking forward to coming out there.
Word up. I like that. Yeah, no, you definitely are an OG in the game. You've been working for a long time and putting in work forever from Cheers, Second Rounds on Me, Bottoms Up now, and doing the independent game. Can you speak on that a little bit, what it's been like making that transition from having the major behind you and kind of just getting in the studio, working on your music and letting them take care of everything else, to now this version where you've got to really take the reins of your project and market it and have a lot more control on that end. What's that been like for you?
Yeah, well, it's definitely something that's, it's being that I'm independent now, all the monies I'm spending is my money. You know what I'm saying? It's not no recoupable type of situation where you with a big label, you with Interscope, and they recouping money and they setting up. They got the doors open for all these different type of venues, all these different people that you need to rub shoulders with. So it's definitely, it could be overwhelming at times. You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where we just need to put a hit record out, get it going on, get it popping, and invest back into what we doing. That's basically it. A lot of people say, "Oh, we go back. You need to go back to Shady, man. You need to go back to Shady." And I came from working in the studio with Eminem all sorts of hours, from morning to morning. So it's all that drive is there. It's just like once you go independent and people look at you like you're not popping, or what you're saying is, but if you bust down The Hangover, if you listen to the album like you really listen to it, Yeah, it's not one of the albums that's on a major that everybody is promoted and they looking forward to. It's one of those albums that you just gotta say, okay, I looked on World Star, I looked at such and such, and I see that Obie dropping an album. Let me go cop his record and see what he's talking about. You know what I mean? So, a lot of people be consumed with the hype. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I started from the bottom, from the beginning. So it's just one of those things, man. I'm just happy to be able to tour the world on a regular basis, every year and do what I do and touch people that enjoy music that Obie Trice put out. So.
Word up. Well, I think people are definitely enjoying this new album for sure. Mm-hmm. And the stories that you're saying, and it's 100% true. People just gotta look for it, you know what I mean? As a hip hop listener nowadays, because of the way that the industry is and the majors have kind of crumbled to a sense, you know what I mean? And the independents are rising up. There's more of those people out there, I think, searching on those sites like DatPiff or World Star or, Hip Hop DX or something that's just got like hot new hip hop, anything that's got the new stuff that's coming out, and you're up there on those sites, and people recognize that, and they're just like, oh, he dropped this, I'm gonna check that out.
Exactly. And I'm the type of person that don't like to compromise my integrity. I do a record with any artist that's out here, and get in their lane with it, but still be who I am as an individual and as a lyricist, and as a music person, you know what I mean? So I'm just, it's just one of those things. I'm not going to change lanes all the way where, the things that's popping right now and try to, pay radio to put my record on a radio station because I'm sounding like Amigos or I'm sounding like Drake or I'm trying to sound like, Lil Wayne or any of these guys. I just like to keep it what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? All the other shit is stuff. My bad. All the other stuff is cool. But, it's just about being who you is. You know what I'm saying? And adapting to the situation and the change in hip hop, and that's what I think I'm doing.
100%. No, that's been a staple throughout your entire career, I think, and that's why people appreciate your music so much. You can tell the authenticity when you listen to an Obie Trice record. You know that is real music and that is his real life and what you've gone through. And your music has stories inside them and speaks about stories of your life. And I'd like to touch on that a little bit if you can, like just your beginnings coming up. You had humble beginnings. You came from Detroit, where Detroit, look at it now, and even looking at then, it's not the best place to grow up. It's a really rough area, rough neighborhood. What was that like for you coming up, and even coming up and seeing what Eminem's early success and having him come back and reach back to all the people in Detroit and have them on the label and putting them on songs and stuff like that? What was that like for you in the early years with those humble beginnings to then making that transition into the fame that you've experienced through this music?
Well, I come from the hood, man. I come from Schoolcraft in Greenfield. And that's, if anybody in Canada ever go to Detroit, make sure you visit that. 8 Mile is a transitional street. A lot of people, from people that I know in Europe, people that I know all over the world, like, hey, Obie, I got to go to 8 Mile. 8 Mile is a transitional road. It takes you from the gutter to the suburbs, you know what I'm saying? But M stayed in a trailer park across 8 Mile, you know what I'm saying? So that was his truth, you know what I mean? That's where he came from, and so many demons and so many things happen in that area, you know what I mean? That's where he come from, and that's his truth. And there is pockets across 8 Mile that is, ghetto and Eminem come from that, you know what I'm saying? But like I come from the ghetto, you know what I'm saying? So, and just having that experience, man, just putting out, my man Moss, who did my early productions, He's from Toronto.
Moss is dope.
Moss
Yeah.
Production. Yeah. You know, he did my. I used to go up. He used to go to Tiffin, Ohio. He used to go to Tiffin University, and my cousin used to go to school with him. And he used to always tell me, "Man, come up here. My man Moss make beats." And you know, I was a young dude, and I would come up there and I would, you know, make records with Moss, and then we just got distribution through a company called Land Speed and a company called Buds. And Eminem, he heard the music overseas. He was in Europe, and the DJ threw on like the well-known app A-Hole, and you know, that was like my first beginnings, and Mr. Trice and all my 12 inches, and you know, and so he was like, "Who is this guy from Detroit?" So he came back home and found me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and being with Marshall, you know, it taught me a whole lot about the game. You know, it's like, you know, it's a business. You know what I'm saying? And we do this because we love it. You know, I was always in love with the hip hop culture since a youth, and you know, it was a great time being on the Shady roster. I'm sure that we gonna have a Shady reunion and take it over again and do what we do, you know. But, you know, I'm independent now, so I'm just looking forward to just putting something out where Obie Trice put a great record out and his movement gets started again, you know what I mean? So, and you know, it's ups and downs in this, and I'm good with that, you know what I mean? I don't run the Marshall for help. I don't run the Shady Records, which I got good relationships with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man of my own. I always have been, and you know, we just looking forward to making our movement sound out here in the music industry. You know?
Definitely. Well, I think you're making your mark with this new project. My partner here in the studio, A Vee, he's got another question for you here.
And my question was, you mentioned that you do still have a good working relationship with Shady and the rest of the staff over there. I was wondering if anyone reached out to you to be on Detroit versus Everybody.
Yeah, I didn't get that call, and I was, you know, I was like, you know, what's going on with that? But I think the whole idea that was to bring the new upcoming talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
people that's actually like up and coming and, you know, doing a thing right at that moment. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, D12 wasn't even involved. You know what I'm saying? So we come from a different space, man. It's a lot that goes on with our thing and Proof and everything that happened in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? It's real deep with our type of our circumstance. You know what I mean? But, you know, I wasn't mad at it. You know, I felt like it was a good look. I think that the song could have been much bigger than what it was.
Definitely.
The fact that it was a lot of talent on that record. I think that it could have been a very, very big record. You know, so, you know, I just did my own record. You know, I'm a fan of The Walking Dead. You know what I'm saying? I watch that show all the time. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, my man Gino XO from Detroit, he chopped up the Walking Dead theme song, and I did my own version of it. So, you know, it was all good, you know.
Dope. We gotta play that on here for the people. Yeah. Definitely. And we were liking our favorite song on the new album, that Detroit State of Mind. That one's very, very dope.
Yeah, Detroit State of Mind. You know, my cousin is singing on it. Him and his homeboy, my cousin Freddie B. You know, I got Jay Nutty on there. Jay Nutty is a member of Rock Bottom. He just came home. From prison, and you know, I got a lot of respect for those guys. And you know, he wanted to do a record, and he came through, and we did that Detroit State of Mind. You know, it's real deep, man. You know, I'm really appreciative of the album. I like the album. I wouldn't have put it out if I didn't. Like I say, you know, they got those stems on records though. You know, it gotta be promoted like that. You gotta be in the in crowd. You know what I'm saying? But you still have those hip hop fans that really respect music, really understand the grind, really understand that there's ups and downs in life, period. You know, music business is a cycle. You know, it comes and goes, and that's what it does. But, you know, I think I got some hits in me, you know, and so we just grinding, you know, and doing what we got to do, man. You know, this is my life. This is what I do, you know, and I'm well connected with a lot of people. You know, it's just timing is everything. You know, it's just a bunch of things. I'm staying healthy. I'm still young, even though I'm OG in the game. Been through a whole lot in this game. A lot of these young cats don't understand, but you know, it is what it is.
Well, you're still making great music, and looking forward to, you know, watching the stuff that you continue to come out with. One thing that I really wanted to touch on in this interview, just because you are from Detroit and you've seen, you know, the scene in there develop, Proof was such an instrumental person in that scene. Can you speak a little bit about what he was like as a person around that time that you knew him, and what that was like, feeling the loss when he was gone? If it's not too hard for you to speak on that time,
and how the scene in Detroit has changed since Proof has been gone.
Well, you know, Proof was really the glue to Detroit hip hop, man. Like, he was a real dude. You know what I mean? And you know, his loss, you know, it messed a lot of us up. It messed all of us up. You know, the whole camp. You know what I mean? We went through a lot of different changes after his loss. You know what I mean? So, just one of those things, man. You know, he was a real guy, real stand up dude. You know what I mean? A type of guy who can hang with the backpackers to the gangsters, and he knew them all. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of maneuvered a lot of things in Detroit. You know, people had situations with other people. He would make sure that those situations get handled and cleared up. You know, Proof was, you know, they say the good die young, man. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. You know, he was a real intricate type of individual, you know, and you don't see those type of people all the time. So, you know, he's definitely a loss. You know, I'm on tour. I've been on tour since November 9th. I go home December 25th, you know, and it's not a show that I don't represent him. You know, that's my loved one. No, I ain't got, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, it's one of those things, man.
Yeah, no, he's definitely, we everybody, I think, felt the loss, none more than, I'm sure, his inner circle of people. So I'm glad that you're able to share that information with us about, you know, just his life and the way that he was. And that's the same thing that we hear from everybody, is just that he was a good dude. So, you know, rest in peace for sure. Rest in peace to Proof.
Definitely.
But his spirit lives on, you know, through this scene, and just like you said, you can honor him every single night that you're out there on that stage, and I'm sure his presence is felt.
Yeah, me and Marshall got a song called "Duty" dedicated to him. I got a few songs out there that's dedicated to him, man. Like, you know, that's my guy. I talk about him on my new record, a song called "So High." Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that was my dude. Like, that was a real loss for me. I got shot in the head like 3 months before him. Rolled up on my Range Rover, and they shot like 6 times in my truck. One of the bullets caught me in the head. 3 months later, he got shot in the back of the head like me, but he didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I dealt with a lot of things as far as that. You know what I'm saying? It was just a lot of things. You know, I was tired of music. You know, I think we all was as a camp. You know what I'm saying? I think we all went through our thing behind that.
Yeah, because it seemed like Shady Records, as like a whole record label, went through like a little bit of a slump after losing Proof. Yeah,
it was definitely something that hurt us all. I mean, from the staff to Interscope to Shady Records to just us as a crew, Marshall, myself, the whole D12 camp, you know, I mean, the whole movement was stagnated behind that. You know what I'm saying? He was a special type of dude.
Word up. Wish that he was still around, but we got to definitely be playing some of his music on the air some more, and just keep his spirit alive there in the world, and just, you know, keep it going, because those are the type of people that, you know, you will definitely remember forever in the hip hop community, and they will always be, you know, cherished and treasured and very dearly forgotten.
Right, and he didn't reach his climax. You know, he didn't get a chance to reach his potential as a businessman or as an MC, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I totally.
He had so many things that, you know, he had ideas for and that he was trying to do. So, you know, that's really a terrible loss when a person is as talented as he is, on the business end, and also on the hip hop end. So, you know, but it's all good though. You know, I keep him in the memory, and I see him again. So we good.
Yeah, definitely see him again. Hopefully not too soon though. I'm sure you don't want any more of those experiences in that Range Rover to happen anytime soon.
No, I'm busting back. I'm busting back this time. I don't roll like that no more. You know, I stopped rolling like that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
gotta stay safe.
Yeah, gotta be protected and on your P's and Q's at all times.
Yeah.
Word up. Well, much respects, brother. We really appreciate your time that you've taken to be able to do this interview. This has definitely been a highly anticipated one for a radio show, so thank you so much. We're really looking forward to having you up here in Canada. Got you here in Guelph, our hometown, on January 8th, and then you're going to be up in London on the 16th. I know you got lots of other shows around the area, Toronto, Waterloo, Oshawa, all over. So Canada, get ready. Obie Trice is on his way. The Hangover tour. Check out the album. Where's the best place for people to go and get it now that you're on the independent grind? What's the best place that you can plug people to try and get the new music?
iTunes. Go to iTunes. Go to Amazon. Go to all the streaming sites. You know, and you can cop that thing and check it out. Tell me what you think. Hit me up. My Instagram is @RealObieTrice on Instagram, @RealObieTrice on Twitter. And you know, I got the fan page on Facebook, Obie Trice. So, you know, holler at me. Let me know what you want to hear, and I'm gonna rock it for you. We're gonna have a great time the night I come out there. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
Word up. Much respects, brother. We really appreciate it.
All right, bro.